Okie dokie. We're slightly early, but that's okay. It's better than being late again. Welcome. StreamYard did this thing where it's like, oh, we are experiencing unexpectedly high traffic. Try again in 30 to 60 seconds. And I was like, oh, that's new. Never got done this. So apparently more and more people are discovering StreamYard. Oh goodness. So it's a Monday and there are lots of things to be done. And I'm hoping that I can get to writing soon. But I do have a couple of phone calls that I need to make. Well, yeah, I have essentially 3 phone calls to make. And I'm hoping that they will not take too long. I'm also hoping that they all had their lunch hour at 12 to 1 or at like 11:30 to 12:30 or whatever it was. So hopefully things will be good. And hopefully it won't take me that long. So I will have to turn my camera off during those points just because. Why are you dinging at my computer? What are you doing? Who knows? Anyway, I went to the dentist this morning. They snuck me in, which is great because originally my appointment was for next week, but next week is the potential jury summons. Okay, so that's the other thing I need to remind y'all. Next week, I will be doing pop-ups rather than scheduled ahead of time because I have been summoned for the court, and so I have to. They're doing the jury selection at the moment, and so my number this time, because originally I was scheduled for in March, but due to health stuff going on, I deferred that one. And so my number last time, I have it. So my number last time was 474. I probably wouldn't have gotten called, but it was I was trying to get one thing off of my plate going into potential surgery, so I did. This time my summons number is number 169. So and the last time that I was summoned, they did about 100 people a day. So my guess is that Monday I will be able to do a pop-up, and that Tuesday I will get called to the courthouse to see if I am what they want for a juror. But that means that I don't know what the rest of the week looks like. Sorry. So, and the other thing is, well, that's for later in the month. We'll just take it one piece by piece. So yeah. So I got my teeth cleaned. Yay! They called me at like 9:33. They're like, "Hey, my dentist is like just down the road from us. Probably takes me like 7 minutes total from my front door to their door. So very close." And so they're like, "Hey, we had a cancellation at 10 o'clock." And we have the note that says, if at all possible, fit you in this week. I was like, I can be there. I can 100% be there. So went and got teeth cleaned. Then I was no cavities. Yay. So excellent. All good. So, yay. So now I don't have to do that for another 6 months. But yeah, so I have to do a couple of phone calls today. I also have to do the juror survey thing. I may just do that after the stream though. But the phone calls I do need to make as soon as I can. So yay. Monique is here and says, "Hey y'all. Hello. Welcome. Good luck with jury duty. Thanks." I wouldn't, it's like I don't mind doing my civic duty, but it always feels like it comes at an inconvenient time for your life. It's like it never fails to be an inconvenient time of life, feels like, but it's fine. It is what it is. If I get called, I get called. And then I will be as discreet as possible, but it will be interesting, I guess, because I've never done it before. You have a dentist appointment tomorrow and doctor's appointment Thursday. So I'm essentially swapping. So I had my dentist appointment today and I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow. So yay. Little Fatous, hello, welcome. Hopefully I have pronounced your username correctly. Andy says, hey, hello, welcome. Popping by to say hi as you go about your bits and bobs. Excellent. Bits and bobs are useful, right? Always. I have cleaned a portion of my desk, but not enough of my desk. So I have bits and bobs all over my desk, but I have cleaned up a little bit. And I did redo my dry erase board only, 11 days into the month. That's terrible. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're going to get there. So I have a little bit of things to do in the bullet journal. I have those 3 phone calls that I need to make. Hopefully I can get all 3 of them made in one sprint. That would be great. But I never know, But I am going to pull up a document just in case, because I'm hoping that I can get to the actual work part, the work writing part of the day. You just clicked. I randomly appeared on the feed. Hey, it's nice to know the algorithm occasionally shows me to new people. Essentially, what we are doing is a work sprint session. And so whatever you have to write, because most of us here in the chat are writers, if you need just like some accountability, like somebody to work with in tandem, to like co-working, work buddies type of thing. And also we do it in sprints because a lot of us have issues with our attention. And so we need to focus for short periods of time or semi-short periods of time. And then that is all that our brain allows us to do before we need another break. So we essentially do those work sessions, sprints, our sprinties. But we do have a poll today, just for funsies. And the poll is, if your character, just one of your characters, whichever one, could be your main character, could be a side character, could be the villain. Ooh. If you had a character who is training an animal to deliver messages, what kind of animal or critter would they be training? Would they be training a bird, some sort of avian? Would they be training a reptile? Some sort of like small one or big one? Could be a dragon. Who knows? Would they be training a feline? That would be interesting. Or would they be training some sort of canine? So again, we're limited to the four options the poll gives you. If you have something in mind, feel free to let me know what kind of critter you would, because I don't have room for like a horse, equine, Pegasus or whatever. So I don't have room for additional things on the poll because of the way that the poll is structured. But so bird or avian, something winged, reptile, feline, or canine. But canine could run the gamut from having a bulldog to a werewolf or a dire wolf or whatever. Feline could be anything from your orange ginger cat who sometimes has a brain cell to panther of some sort. So just like whatever it is your imagination can hold for critters. That's the poll for today. Monique says, you decided Rita would have a pet cat. And would Rita be training said pet cat to deliver messages? Would that be an interesting side quest for Rita? Okay, so speaking of cats, we have our cats of the day. We have the weekend cat. All sorts of green shoots sprung up, promising to blossom beautifully in the warmth of love and care. Louisa May Alcott. No, that says Alcat. But very cute. And then we have multiple kitties. It's okay not to like what everyone else likes, unless it's liver pate. Who doesn't like that? If you're a cat, that is. It looks like there's a fourth kitty that they have cut off with the box. But those are the cats for the day. And we're going to see if we can get this back into focus. There we go. Monique says, well, one of Rita's cousins is a total nerd, and you can imagine Rita using her cat as a familiar in a D&D game. Okay, so maybe as a familiar in the D&D game, the cat would deliver messages, potentially. Potentially. And then we have our card of the day, which is an avian creature. It is number 60, the swan. There we go. Here's our swan. The main message is time for a deep dive. With their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depths. When the swan arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of and great treasures to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from a greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to better understand a situation or relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to better know others. So the swan asks you to go beyond the surface of what is happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to dive deep into your why, asking the deeper questions of yourself. You are led by the grace of the swan. So there you go. There are the cats and the card for today. Okay, and I need to write down this other thought before it goes away. Okay, there. Oh, and okay. Yay. Thoughts will not escape. We're trying not to lose the thoughts. Okay. All right. This one totally applies to you today because you're working on character profiles. So you're diving deep into your understanding of them. Nice. I'm glad it fits. Okay. We need a timer. Do we want to start with the rubber duckies, or do we want to start with flowers? Let's start with flowers. I'm answering my own question here. Today, you do not get a choice for right now. You just get what Jules picks for us. There we go. First sprint. Today, you're going to be working on Amanda and Sakura's character profiles. Nice. Once you're done, you're going to hit the showers and then have a light lunch. Excellent. What's for lunch? I had pot stickers. They were delicious, but they were the last of my pot stickers that I had in the freezer. So yay for flowers. They're so pretty. They are so pretty. Okay, let's do this. So one, save your document or go ahead and pull it up if you haven't started working yet. Ooh, you're making chocolate cake for dinner. That sounds like a delicious dinner. Not gonna not gonna lie, it sounds like a great dinner. I'm probably gonna be making chocolate cake tomorrow because it's Mom's birthday. So chocolate cake for that. You would love pot stickers, but you don't know what you're gonna have for lunch then. But now pot stickers are gonna be in your brain. So one is save, two is sip. So make sure you have something to hydrate with. Cheers. Three is to straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And four is if you need a break, please take a break. Here we go, 30 minutes of silent flower timer. There will be a chime at the end. Here we go, 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Hopefully that went really well for all of us. Okay. I did in fact make all 3 phone calls, which is fantastic. I had to leave a message for the first one. Spoke to somebody for the second and third. So I may or may not get a phone call back from the first one. I don't know. We'll have to see. And I forgot to ask a sort of like an additional sort of addendum question. Not super pertinent, but kind of pertinent. So if they call back, which they probably will, at least what the nurse might. But anyway, it'll be fine. So yeah, so the other things that are on my list, like the juror survey, I'm going to do after the sprints. Some of the others involve like stuff that personal, but that'll also get done after. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things off of the to-do list already thus far, and I really only have like 3, but 2 of them are very related, so 2 things left on the life admin side of things. So that's great. Is this the new one? Yes, this is the new one. Okay. Because I kept the old jury summons because I wasn't sure. I was like, I need to make sure in case I lose the new one, that I still have where I'm supposed to call. So anyway, so yeah, even though I have it written down in my planner, I'm terrible at getting rid of stuff. It's okay. But hey, the primary goal for the first sprint was to get all 3 of those phone calls done, and I accomplished that, which is fantastic. And I even got a couple other smaller things done. So great. And I cleaned up a little bit of my desk. Some of the like markers and highlighters and stuff, I put those back where they belong, which means my desk is that much cleaner, which is fantastic. It's still a mess, but it's cleaner. Monique pulled the 4 of Wands. Okay, the 4 of Wands. 4s can be like boundaries. Wands is usually like the fiery creativity, passion, sweet. Can be also career in some ways. Hoping this is a good sign. Let's double check. See if I've got my tarot cheat sheet. View, navigation pane. We want Wands 4. Upright. Teamwork, conversations, sporting events, participation. Nope, that's right. That's 5. Never mind. Ignore that. I'm reading the wrong one. 4 is upright, completion, stability. Okay, so like you've created the boundaries and it's stable. Prosperity, peace, good fortune, success. Yes, I would say that's a good sign. Very good sign. You're making notes for Amanda and Sakura and also gave them significant others. Nice. Amanda's going to be married to a fellow nerd who makes her laugh, and I can already imagine how cute their relationship is. Nice. Sakura is going to be engaged to a basketball player. She's a professional cheerleader with aspirations to be a singer-actress like Paula Abdul. Ooh. Nice. Paula Abdul, I think, is also well known for choreography, right? Right? I think. Mom Maggie says, you're working on creating audio files for my #writer reading podcast of how to become a crazy cat lady to survive the zombie apocalypse. Yes. Excellent. It's going to be great. Funky is here and says, hola. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Bonjour. Mom Maggie says, my sister-in-law is beginning to read tarot, but hasn't started recognizing the reverse of things. But there's a big difference between Four of Cups upright and Four of Cups reversed, especially when combined with the Fool. True. Very true. Yes. Yes. Yeah, when I first started reading, I also was like, I can't memorize the front, like the upright and the and the reverse. But then, like, when I started like diving into it a little bit more, I was like, the upright just really doesn't feel like it's fitting. Like, what does the reverse say? And it was much more fitting. So it does make a difference, and also the deck makes a difference. I will say that sometimes the deck makes a big difference. Because I have certain decks that I'm like, I am feeling sensitive today. I do not want a reading with this one. I feel like it might make me cry. So yeah. My mom just got a deck of like prayers and blessings. So it's not like necessarily tarot, but it's kind of a fun thing for her, I think. Funky says salut. Yes. All the hellos in all of the different languages, right? I'm trying to remember how, like, I don't know that many, to be honest, but I do know some. So like Privyet if I'm remembering correctly, is hello in Russian. We have hola, of course. Bonjour, hello. Like Annyeonghaseyo is kind of like a multi-purpose, right? For Koreans. No, shishis, thank you. I don't know. Anyway, just like I don't know enough hellos. I feel like I should know hello in way more languages. And I should thank you and hello, thank you, and I'm sorry or excuse me. I feel like I should probably be yeah. Anyway, Mom Maggie says hello to Funky. Art decks versus Raider White decks are very different sometimes. Yes, this is also true. And that's one of the reasons why I do like the True Black deck, because it's so pretty. So pretty. That's the one that Chandra Arthur, which, by the way, y'all should check out her new book if you haven't already. She's the one who introduced me to that deck. But it's definitely not the traditional Rider-Waite symbolism. Some of the symbolism is there, but most of it is different. So Funky says hi back to Mama Maggie. Mama Maggie says sometimes the person creating the art deck is just trying to catch the trend and doesn't understand tarot. Yes. Although, so there's a, oh gosh, what is their Instagram handle name? There is a, oh gosh, their line drawings are just so friggin' cool and immaculate. I'm well aware that their deck will eventually be out soon because they're almost done making. Okay, come on. Where's the search bar on here? Search. There we go. Nope. Nope. Oh gosh, what is their handle? It's like something K Von Art or something like that. Oh gosh, I might have to look through my. I will try and find it because they mainly do pencil sketches, and then from there they do, but their pencil sketches are just so freaking gorgeous. It's so detailed, and they're just great. So I'm going to have to find them, and then I will put it on in the chat because they're gorgeous, and I want a deck from them. And eventually, once I save up enough money and budget and actually comes out, I will have one, but it's gorgeous. But they are examining the writer weight and then going off of that as their inspiration. So Mabuhay or Mabuhay. Could be Mabuhay. You're going to have to phonetically tell me how to, or I could Google it. I should Google it. Funky says, I'm going to need to research tarot for my next book. I know zilch. Ooh, get Tarot for Writers by last name Kenner. I will put the Amazon link in the chat because it's so helpful. It's really helpful. Tarot for Writers. Corinne Kenner is the name. I recommend this all the time to people who are interested in it or are just copy link, the paste. Okay, so that's the Amazon link for Tarot for Writers. It's great, fantastic. Gives you examples of how you can use it to do storytelling, story outlining, as well as like 3-card pulls and stuff, but will give you plenty of information about each card. It's great. Love it. Rider-Waite's only been around since 1909, but the Visconti Sforza tarot is from the 1500s. Yes. But I feel like the Rider-Waite is definitely more readily accessible at this point. You love the Marigold Tarot. It's an internal meditation deck with black, white, and gold art. And I suspect that the person I was thinking of and speaking of who does the really incredible sketches is also going to be a like either black and gold or gray and gold, depending on how they do things. I'm not real sure how it's going to turn out. Stacy also just made it home from the dentist. 3rd visit in 2 weeks. Oof, you're beat. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't like going to the dentist that often. You also got the Radiance Tarot last Mother's Day because you like the ravens. Oh. Okay, so it's Tagalog and it's pronounced Mabuhay. Okay, Mabuhay. Nice. You're welcome, Funky. So again, this link is for the Tarot for Writers book. Stace says you also like Kara Brown's book. Yes, Kara's is also great because she breaks it down for upright and inverse in full. If you're looking for an additional tarot book that is AuthorTube related. Mom Maggie loves the Tarot for Writer books. Tarot for Writers book, and you use it with your Crystal Visions Tarot by Jennifer Galisso because the fantasy artwork is amazing. We love great artwork. Tagalog. There we go. I'm sorry. It's going to take me a minute. Tagalog. Okay. You love Kara's. Yes, Kara's tarot is also fun to say too. You still have one more visit to fix one more filling, but then you are done for the day. Last week was a 2.5-hour visit. Oof. That's a long time to be at the dentist. Yikes. I hope your dental visits are over soon because that's a lot. Okay, let's do this. There's something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, well, it'll either come back or it won't. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip. Cheers. Today was another 2 hours. Yikes. You're hoping for the last one will be less than an hour. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. Mom Maggie says, I got bad news from the dentist. They have to pull all my teeth. Oh, no, because one of your recent migraine medicines destroyed the enamel. And even using the special rinses are not going to help restore the enamel. Oh, yikes. And if they are pulling all of your teeth, you can't do implants. So you have to do like dentures and stuff. Hopefully they get you somebody good who does the fittings and stuff. Because, ouch. And also, hopefully you are not allergic to codeine, because that was when my dad got his teeth out. I don't think they knew he was allergic to codeine, but that's what they gave him for the pain when they pulled his teeth, and it makes him projectile vomit. So that was no fun. No fun indeed. And then the surgeon who pulled his teeth forgot to cut the like little piece of skin tissue, whatever, that like is in between your front teeth, the part that comes down. Anyway, so he went to go get his like final fitting or whatever, and the guy was like, I can't do that. Or he went to go get fitted for them, I guess. And the guy was like, I can't do this until you get that cut. So he went back to the surgeon, and the surgeon went, no pain, no nothing, no numbing, just went like. That surgeon could have used a punch, you ask me. Makes your toothache seem not so bad in comparison. Solidarity. Dentistry is just, last year was my year for the dentistry stuff. I'm hoping that my last back molar is going to like hold on for dear life, and I won't have to get a crown there, because I have crowns on the other 3. So I'm like, hold on for dear life. We'll see. 2% side effect, lucky you. Yeah. Isn't it funny how like all of we always seem to get the special side effects, the special 1 in a bajillion, just like, how come it's always us? You just saw some headline about us figuring out how to regrow teeth. Are we going to be like sharks eventually? I'm not sure. Like, how do I feel about and okay, so Funky, you may have to send us this headline / news article, because if we are prone to losing calcium, specifically women, after a certain age or certain childbearing events, how do we maintain / regrow with the calcium and the enamel and all of that? Wonder how that works. Mom Maggie says you're allergic to everything at this point in my life. Yeah, I feel like the older I get, the more sensitive. I don't know. Maybe it's because exposure to everything since we've been alive. I don't know. Yes, here's the self promo. Good, thank you, Monique, keeping us on track. We're gonna come back to Monique's self promo. Mom Maggie says the other side effect is pain that only lasts a few seconds, which is great because you now fall daily due to increased vertigo. Is this from the migraine medication? Gravity is the enemy and the ground is its accomplice. Yeah. So, you being that much of a fall risk, though, that I don't like that. I don't like that. I mean, I don't like they're want to yank your teeth and, all of that, but I don't like that you're an increased fall risk. That's no fun. No bueno. Okay. So, Funky, if you can find that article for us and share with us. I'm interested in humans becoming sharks in regards to teeth. You just fall on Agent Mayhem and he helps you up. Such a good giant boy. Okay, good. I'm glad that Agent Mayhem is there then. But yeah. Okay, let's do this. Our little rubber duckies. And this time I do get to write. Yay! Okay. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4 is if you need that break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, how we doing? Nope, I forgot I had that up there when I was in the other room. Okay, I think I'm doing okay. I'm trying to put together some information. Okay, that's going to happen. That doesn't have to happen. This also has to happen. Okay. And then I do need that name as well. Okay. Alrighty, I think I'm almost all set with this information. And then okay. Yeah. So I got 269 words added to this document. And some information sort of shifted around and everything. Okay, now I'm at 281. Anyway, I also made one additional phone call because I needed to, one of the documents I got from the doctor, the pathology report, had my name spelled wrong, my first name. And so I was like, does this matter much? Should this be a problem? Is there a way that you can, but they have it on their end, they show it my correct spelling. And so the lady who I talked to was like, the note is sent over handwritten, so sometimes they don't look at the actual, like, because they also send over a copy of my insurance card and all that. And so she's like, sometimes they just don't look at the other paperwork and they just make a decision. So she's like, it's not a problem unless, they bill you incorrectly or weirdly. So I'm like, okay, well, all right then. I won't worry about it as much as possible. So yeah, so I made a phone call and I got close to 300 additional words and some things shifted around and edited, some things verified, things like that. So doing good. Doing okay. Doing okay. Here is Monique's self-promo, sharing a post in Blue Sky. So here is Monique's Blue Sky link. I need to scroll down. Reason number 3 to have a Rottie Dane Mastiff mix. I mean, that is a pretty crazy combo. Hydrate. Yes. Funky was going to see if we could find the article, and I think later did. Yes, later. Here's the link way down here. Where is it? Tooth Story. Finding a way to regrow new teeth in humans. So I'm going to read that after the stream and see what all is there. I'm just imagining shark people. Just like teeth regrowing all the time. I'm sure it won't be anywhere near as fast as shark. But yeah. Hashtag a writer reading podcast. How to become a crazy cat lady to survive the zompocalypse podcast. And here's the link for that. And also, The Moon is Waxing, seasons 1 and 2. Hashtag writer reading podcast. There's the link for that one. Agent Mayhem was supposed to be a Ruddy Shepherd mix, but he has 0 German Shepherd in him. None whatsoever. Oh no. So again, here is the tooth story. Mom Maggie's headed out. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Happy Zombie Survival Awareness Month. Yeah, I feel like the last couple of years have been zombie survival awareness years, though. Funky says, I finished all my work, but I have the Monday blues. Oh no, so you're being lazy. What can you do to combat the Monday blues? You can make lasagna. I mean, if you're going to go Garfield, you could definitely make lasagna, or something, something to that effect. Pizza would be fine too. Yeah. Marcella, hello, welcome. You're actually brainstorming for a new project. Oh, I love the new project brainstorms. It's so fun. You wrote 414 words of the very first scene. Wow, that's nice. I love that. Funky is reading and watching YouTube videos. Okay, that works too. Refilling your creative well, scrolling for a bit. Yeah, it all works. It all works. Okay, let's do the third sprint. It will take us over the top of the hour. But hey, I'm feeling good, feeling like we're getting some stuff done, or at least I'm getting some stuff done, and I'm hoping that you are as well. It's not winter morning, so I don't need a winter morning. I need like we're headed into summer territory, so I need a summer. I'm gonna need a summer timer, aren't I? Because I have the snowy winter ones, so I'm gonna need a summer. Okay, we're gonna figure that out in the future. Let's do the turtle. We haven't done the turtle in a while. He's a little shorter too, by 5 minutes. Okay. For us, someone melting into the pavement. I mean, I could I might could make one for later this summer where I actually put an egg out and it fries. That might be possible. Yes, the southeasters. Yep. Yep. All right, let's do this. Also, don't forget to answer the poll as to if you're having a character who's training an animal to deliver messages. What kind of an animal would it be? Would it be an avian, a reptile, feline, or canine? What would it be? Here we go. 1, save a document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. Cheers. Three, straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure not slouching too much. And 4 is if you need a break, please make sure you take care of yourself and take that break. Here we go. 25 minutes and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the end of that sprint. Hopefully that was good. I got a little bit more done. I started thinking about June because I already have some appointments in June. Well, I have one and then potentially more for my mom. So I am going to need to get June done soon in my journal. So I was looking through my sticker book and trying to see what theme I want to do for June. And I think I'm going to do like a woodland critters theme because my past two months have been kind of blue to purple because April was 100% purple, just like purple everywhere, and ladies and sort of like wisteria and just purple. And then Mermaid is purple and blue and a little bit of pink. So I might like a little change from the purpley tones. But March was also green. And so I'm like, I don't know. How are we doing? So woodland critters might be a good way to go. I've also got like a blue and gold situation or black and gold situation or like a beige, white, and gold that I could do. So it really, like, it could be anything. It could be anything, and that's my problem. So yeah. You had coffee and watched some more YouTube. Excellent. Good. I'm glad that you have your coffee. It makes things right with the world. Right? Anyway, so I'm thinking about June far too early. And I got just like another 100 and some words added to the document. I did print something out, like I remembered that I needed to take something with me to the doctor's office tomorrow. So I printed that out and put that in my go bag. I did start a new crochet project while I was waiting at the dentist's office this morning. I'm starting with like the magic ring situation. I don't know what I'm making, but I figured I could at least start with the magic ring. But I don't know that I want to work with that particular yarn for whatever it is I'm making. So I'm like trying to figure out, do I just like toss a different ball of yarn in there? And if I do I have to like ball it up, or can I just take the skein as is? I'm thinking like if I want to take one of the acrylics rather than a fluffy yarn, because the acrylics take up way less space. Some days you just need a chill out day. Very true. Yeah. And if you didn't get enough rest over the weekend, Mondays is sometimes when that day falls. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. We do have a three-way tie between avian, feline, and canine. 29, so 30% each, essentially. And then the rest of the percentage is the reptile. So the reptile is dead last. So Funky says, thanks as always. You're welcome. And I actually remembered to end the poll today. All right, y'all. Don't forget to save. And unbelievably, we are already heading into like the middle of the month will be this Friday, essentially. So we're headed into mid-month. Check your goals for the month and for the quarter and see how you're doing. All that kind of good stuff. Right? Can you believe it? Because we're already in double digits. So, yeah. All right. I will see y'all soon. Thanks for hanging out with me and getting some life admin done and a little bit of writing done and all of that. Marcella says, I worked all over the place in that first scene, but got lots of good work done today. Yay! Excellent. I'm glad you got lots of good work done. It's always fun when that happens. All right, y'all. Don't forget to save, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.